It's time for another C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night coverage of WPIAL High School Baseball here on WMBS, the South Union Township Sports Network, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and Facebook Live, which is being brought to you today by the C. Harper Auto Group. Movement Physiotherapy, Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law, Russ Blahog, local Allstate Insurance Agent, First Federal Savings Loan Association of Greene County, the Catholic War Veterans, Post 1669 in Hopwood, Potter's Bar and Grill, Uniontown Detailing, Ford of Uniontown, the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital, Peachin's Pharmacy, M&R Transit, the Sprouse Insurance Group and Insurance Agent David Hughes, NovaCare Rehabilitation, Ted Sova & Son Body and Fender Repair, John Marietta for Fayette County Commissioner, South Union Township Supervisor Rick Vernon, Melinda Dellarose for Judge, Mamaruka's Pizza Shop, the Centers for Rehab Services and Physical Therapist Jim Burns, State Farm Agent Lauren Yeoman, the Radcliffe Law Firm, Shop and Save, Uniontown Detailing, Jimmy Johns and attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt at Watson Mundorf LLP. We're here at Landman Field at Laurel Highlands High School on a warm and windy afternoon as both the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and the Albert Gallatin Colonials search for their first win of the season. Brian Morozak along with you. Gary Frankhauser is going to join me for all of the play-by-play action. Tiffany Kessler behind our camera here this afternoon. The Mustangs coached by Brad Yeoman in his second year, sitting at 0-5 overall, 0-2 in conference play. The Albert Gallatin Colonials coached by former Laurel Highlands assistant Ron Popovich. He is in his seventh year now at Albert Gallatin. They also sit at 0-5 overall, 0-2 in conference play. The Mustangs last year 16-8 overall, 9-3 in the conference. Albert Gallatin moving down from 5A to 4A in the offseason, where they were 2-14 last year and 1-9 in conference play. As always, our pregame show being brought to you by the Sprouse Insurance Group and Insurance Agent David Hughes. They'll get you ready for the game. They're located at 217 West Main Street in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-9812 for the Sprouse Insurance Group. Our live video stream here this afternoon, courtesy of Melinda Dellarose for Judge and Uniontown Detailing. Even though it's the second section series of the season, really a must-win game for both schools today just to stay in the mix. Laurel Highlands was swept by Greater Latrobe last week, while Uniontown swept Albert Gallatin. So you have both Greater Latrobe and Uniontown sitting at 2-0 in conference play. Bell Vernon and Ringgold at 1-1. They split last weekend, and then Laurel Highlands and Albert Gallatin both sitting at 0-2 in the conference. The series this week, of course, Bell Vernon at Bailey Park tonight taking on Uniontown. We'll have that game for you under the lights at 7 o'clock. Albert Gallatin here at Laurel Highlands and Ringgold taking on Greater Latrobe. Laurel Highlands won the lone meeting between these two schools last year by a score of 13-2. Albert Gallatin, though, shorthanded this week. Their top pitcher, Alex Dolabach, out of the lineup with an illness. He is unavailable, so pitching certainly a concern for the Albert Gallatin Colonials. The Mustangs, they were in that predicament last week as well without their ace, Devin Kravosky, but Devin is back and will start for the Mustangs here this afternoon, but we'll see how far Devin is able to go. And the Mustangs just trying to get some momentum back that, of course, they had last season, coming off a historic season. The Mustangs picking up their first ever PIAA playoff baseball win down in Erie Cathedral Prep before losing to West Mifflin in the state quarterfinal round. That game played at Greater Latrobe High School. The Mustangs, of course, lost some pretty good seniors off of that team, including their ace pitcher from a year ago in Joe Chambers. But the Mustangs, aside from getting swept against Greater Latrobe last weekend, lost a pair of games against Grayslake North down in Orlando during their Disney spring trip back in March. Also lost to another opponent from Illinois, St. Francis from Wheaton of Illinois, by a score of 4-1. And Albert Gallatin, as we mentioned, sitting at 0-5. Their losses came against Carmichael's, where they fell 4-1. Northern Garrett of Maryland, where they lost 5-2. They lost an 11-10 game to Brownsville and then got swept by Uniontown last week, losing at Bailey Park 6-2, and then losing at home against the Red Raiders by a score of 19-1. Pitching matchup here this afternoon, Brendan Duranko on the mound for the Albert Gallatin Colonials, and Devin Kravosky making just his second appearance of the season on the mound for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. Should be a fun afternoon of high school baseball action. Stay tuned. The batting lineup for Albert Gallatin, the defense for Laurel Highlands on the way next here on the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Day. I want to let you know about some of the companies that help bring you high school baseball here on Facebook Live, WMBS, the South Union Township Sports Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Bad hair day, bad day at the office, bad day behind the wheel. Stuff happens even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance that stays put until you change your car, driver, address, plus seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about. Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Rostraver Township is the Sprouse Insurance Group. You can give them a call at 724-437-9812 or go to Sprouseinsurance.com. Erie Rate Lock is not guaranteed continued insurance coverage and not available in all states. Of course, our game coverage also brought to you by the C. Harper Auto Group. The best price every time, all the time, the C. Harper Auto Group. And since 1976, Davis & Davis has represented people, not insurance companies. Their lawyers have experience in litigating or settling personal injury claims, medical malpractice cases, and wrongful death actions, together with domestic, real estate, workers' compensation, and municipal law experience. You can give them a call at 724-437-2799. That's 724-437-2799 for Davis & Davis attorneys at law. The Albert Gallatin Colonials coming to bat here in the top half of the first inning. Let's set their lineup. Leading off and playing shortstop, number 1, Bryce Barton. Batting second and playing second base, number 23, Matt Malinsky. He's a sophomore. Batting third in left field, number 12, Gino Valenti. In the cleanup spot and playing first base, number 22, Evan McGee. Batting fifth and catching, number 2, Cyrus Potkel. Batting sixth in right field, number 6, Luke Wilson. Batting seventh in center field, number 16, Nate Pegg. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, Jason Myers. And batting ninth and playing third base, number 4, Gavin Smith. Defensively, for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, they'll have Tristan McCoy out in left today. C.J. Gesk in center and Shane Layton in right. Around the horn, Caleb Janoski playing third, Tyler Sankovic playing short. Frank Kula, the second baseman for the Mustangs today. Braden O'Brien playing first. Devin Kravosky pitching and Sevi Vecchiola catching. For Devin, we mentioned just a second appearance of the season. 0-1 record, 4.20 ERA. This will be his second appearance. Has given up 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, struck out 5, and walked 3. Now let's pause for the national anthem. And we're set for high school baseball here on a Tuesday afternoon. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs taking on the Albert Gallatin Colonials. Again, we appreciate you joining us. Brian Morozak along with you. Gary Frankhauser is going to join me for all of the exciting play-by-play action this afternoon, again, here on Facebook Live. And we appreciate you joining us for what should be a fun afternoon of baseball. We'll continue into the evening as well, as later on tonight we'll have the Uniontown game for you against the Bell Vernon Leopards over at Bailey Park. M&R Transit, locally owned and operated by the Scott family, have been helping students travel safely to school in the Fayette County area for more than 3 yeyears. M&R Transit is a proud sponsor of the Laurel Highlands High School baseball team and wishes all of the area teams good luck. For more information, you could phone 724-439-3164. That's 724-439-3164. Stop into their offices at M&R Transit on South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown. Jimmy John's Walnut Hill Plaza, Uniontown, is a proud supporter of local high school sports. Stop by Jimmy John's to fuel up before or after the game. UPMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community. They treat sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pains, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. You can call the office with a prescription from your doctor at 724-437-7500. That's $7,500 for UPMC's Centers for Rehab Services. So Devin Kravosky finishing up his last couple of warm-up tosses here for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, and you'll have Bryce Barton leading things off now for the Albert Gallatin Colonials. And Barton's gotten off to a nice start this season, batting .438 with 2 RBIs, senior shortstop today for the Albert Gallatin Colonials. The Mustangs, their home whites with blue numbers. They're dug out across the field to our right. And the Albert Gallatin Colonials in their away blacks with silver numbers and white pants in their dugout here on the near side. And Devin Kravosky, the lefty's first pitch, a fastball, just misses low for ball 1. So 1-0, Kravosky to Bryce Barton as we get underway here from Landman Field. And now Kravosky's 1-0, another fastball, hard hit on the left side, got past Caleb Yanofsky and will trickle into shallow left field. And a quick relay coming in there from Tyler Sankovic. We'll see how they score that one. How you scoring that, Frank? We're going to call that E5. So Barton reaching base safely, and Matt Malinsky coming to the plate. Malinsky batting .222 with 3 RBIs, showing bunt, laid down, goes right back to Kravosky, who has only one play that's over to first, to Braden O'Brien. So the sacrifice successful. Goes 1-3. Malinsky retired, and Barton advances in a scoring position, and we have 1 out here in the top half of the first inning. And I'll bring up Gino Valenti, the sophomore left fielder, batting .300, looking for his first RBI of the season for the Albert Gallatin Colonials. Lefty versus lefty matchup here. First pitch from Kravosky, swing and a miss, 0-1. To Valenti, who certainly had a big cut there for the Colonials. In both of these programs entering play today, 0-5 overall and 0-2 in conference play, trying to turn things around. 0-1 pitch, just misses outside. Even up the count at 1-1. I don't know if we have anyone working the actual scoreboard out there in right field today. Now Kravosky's 1-1 here to Valenti, fouled back, takes the count to 1-2. We're positioned down the third base line here today. Been here before, taking advantage of the nice weather conditions. Actually gives you a little bit better view of the field. Only thing blocked a little bit here is the third base line. 1-2 now to Valenti, a little high. Evens us up at 2-2. Talking to Laurel Highlands head coach Brad Yeoman before the game. Was not sure how far Kravosky could go. Again, was not in the Mustang rotation last week for that series against Greater Latrobe. 2-2 pitch here, and that ball hit in a shallow left center field. Charging, diving, and getting. Are they going to say that was caught? Yes, it was. So the double play successful. C.J. Gesk with a great grab out there in center field and then doubles off. Barton at second base, who was running, probably thought that Valenti's ball in a shallow center had no chance at all of being caught, but C.J. Gesk doing a great job out there. So the double play goes 8-4 to end the inning, and the Colonials retired and were scoreless going to the bottom of the first here on the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Day. Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us even switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman right here in Uniontown can switch you over so you can start saving today. Lauren and her team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood with Lauren Yeoman. It's easy to switch and save. Just give her a call if you want the real deal like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. Mamaruka's Pizza Shop, located on Barton Mill Road in Uniontown, is your prime place to enjoy local high school sports. Mamaruka's is family-owned and operated, where pride of ownership certainly shows. The Sampson family carries on that tradition of homemade pizza, salads, subs, and wings. Mamaruka's is open Monday through Saturday from 4 to 10 for indoor and outdoor dining and takeout. You can phone 724-438-9066 or visit Mamaruka's for their menu. If you're looking for the highest quality products for lower prices, Shop and Save in Uniontown has the widest selection of brands and the freshest offerings around. They specialize in your family's grocery needs. Take advantage and sign up for their Shop and Save Perks card and get money-saving benefits and discounts on gas. Shop and Save located on 150 Walnut Hill Road and they're open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. Come on down and get your shopping on at Shop and Save in Uniontown. So the Mustangs coming to bat here in the bottom half of the first inning, and leading off, C.J. Gesk playing center field. Tristan McCoy batting seventh. He's in left field today. Tyler Sankovic, the shortstop, batting third. Frank Kuhl in the cleanup spot playing second base. Braden O'Brien playing first base and batting fifth. Devin Kravoski batting sixth and pitching. Caleb Yanowski playing third base. He's batting seventh. Patrick Cavanaugh, the DH, batting eighth. And Shane Layton in right field batting ninth as C.J. Gesk steps in. Brendan Duranko on the mound for the Albert Gallatin Colonials. Duranko winds and fires the first pitch to Gesk, which is low for ball one. Defensively for Albert Gallatin, Gino Valenti in left, Nate Pegg in center, and Luke Wilson in right. Gavin Smith playing third, Bryce Barton playing short, Matt Malinsky playing second, and Evan McGee playing first. Next pitch in there for a strike to C.J. Gesk to even up the count at 1-1. Again, Brendan Duranko pitching and Cyrus Potko catching for the Albert Gallatin Colonials. Now Duranko's 1-1 here to C.J. Gesk is on the way. Misses a little high. Takes us to 2-1 for Duranko. Already his fifth appearance of the season. 2.62 ERA. Has given up 9 hits, 9 runs. Only 6 of them earned. Worked 19 innings. Struck out 13 and walked only 4 so far this season. 2-1 pitch, and Gesk a little nubber into left field. And there to make the grab is Gino Valenti for the first down of this bottom of the first inning. And that'll bring up Tristan McCoy, the Mustang left fielder, 5'11", 185 junior. 0 for 6 with an RBI so far this season as McCoy. He's batting from the right side against the righty Brendan Duranko. Now Duranko straight look in here. First pitch on the way to McCoy. This is high and inside. Takes the count to 1-0. If you're just joining us, Albert Gallatin without their ace pitcher Alex Dola back this week. He's out with an injury and will not be able to throw today or tomorrow against the Mustangs. Now the 1-0 on the way, misses low, takes us to 2-0 from Brendan Duranko to Tristan McCoy. I thank Frank Kuhl for helping us out today with our scoreboard here on Facebook Live as well. Now the 2-0 from Duranko to McCoy. That's down the pipe for a strike, takes us to 2-1. And Gary Frankhauser is going to join us at some point this afternoon. I'll bring you the later innings here today. And I'll shuffle off to Bailey Park for Uniontown and Bell Vernon later on tonight. Working that game with Tony Hanola. Billy Dice will be behind the camera for us for our nightcap this evening. 2-1 on the way. And that one, a little one-hopper off to second. Good snare there from Malinsky over to first in time to Evan McGee to retire Tristan McCoy 4-3 for the inning's second out. And I'll bring up the Mustang shortstop, Tyler Sankovic. Sankovic, the 6'1", 175 senior, batting .250 with 4 RBIs. Comes to bat here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first, and the base is empty. Sankovic batting from the left side against the righty Brendan Duranko. Duranko now wind and fire the first pitch here to Sank, which is golfed into left field, right down the foul line. It'll go foul and out of play. Colonials no play on it there. Take us to 0-1. Frank Kuhl in the on-deck circle. He has the Mustangs' lone home run of the season. Came on the road to Greater Latrobe a week ago Monday. 0-1 the count here to Sankovic from Brendan Duranko. Now Sank's going to come over and have a little discussion here with Mustang head coach Brad Yeoman. Wind blowing out to right field right now. Game time temperature right around 70 degrees. Really couldn't ask for a better afternoon for high school baseball action. There's a couple of clouds in the sky, but pretty much bright sunshine all the way around. Now Duranko's 0-1 here to Sank. And Sank well hit down the right field line with that ball drifting foul. Had the distance for a home run. The foul takes us to 0-2. And some of that wind might have taken the ball foul on the right side. Now the 0-2 on the way. From Duranko to Sankovic, and Sank golfs another one foul. The count remains 0-2. Sank back in the batter's box. Another 0-2 from Duranko. On the way and just missed off the plate. That'll take us to 1-2. And in the conference right now, just 6 teams, so 10 conference games. You have Greater Latrobe and Uniontown both at 2-0, Ringgold and Bell Vernon at 1-1, and Albert Gallatin and Laurel Highlands at 0-2. 1-2, Sankovic went after the low pitch. Will have to make the throw over to first. Actually a close play down there, but in time. It goes in the books as a strikeout, 2-1 to retire Sankovic. The Mustangs retired in order, and after one, we're scoreless. Here on the C.R. Browna Group High School Sports Day, high school baseball, Laurel Highlands and Albert Gallatin. Our game coverage being brought to you in part by the Radcliffe Law Firm, located at 648 Morgantown Road in Uniontown. Proud supporters of local high school sports. When your car is damaged, the name to remember is Ted Silva & Son Body and Fender Repair. Expanded to serve you better, Ted Silva & Son offers complete collision coverage, minor to major repairs, frame and unibody repair, and glass installation. You can give them a call at 724-437-2351 for Ted Silva & Son Body and Fender Repair. Proud to support Laurel Highlands Mustang baseball. Good times, good food. It's all at Potter's Bar and Grill, Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Family owned and operated. Potter's has been a staple in the Uniontown community since 1950. Get out of the house and make your next night out at Potter's Bar and Grill, Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Phone 724-438-9835 or visit Potter's on Facebook. And we'll see you at Potter's Bar and Grill. So we're headed here to the top of the second inning. Scoreless, Albert Gallatin and Laurel Highlands. Evan McGee, Cyrus Potko, and Luke Wilson due up here for the Colonials. Go back to the top of the first. Bryce Barton got on via an error. Matt Malinsky sacrificed Barton, who was doubled off after Gino Valenti's fly ball in a shallow center was caught by C.J. Gesk, who made the relay in to Frank Kula at second, and Valenti retired, and Barton doubled up. And now we're in the top of the second, and Kravosky misses on the first pitch here to Evan McGee. Senior first baseman came in with a .273 average and 3 RBIs so far this season for Albert Gallatin. Kravosky's 1-0 on the way. Big time cut there. Swing and a miss. Takes us even at 1-1. McGee's bat easy to spot. Hot pink. A little turquoise in there as well. And another swing and a miss from McGee. Takes us to 1-2. Kravosky long look in now to McGee. Wind and fire the 1-2 pitch. Misses low. Evens us up now at 2-2. McGee batting from the right side against the lefty Devin Kravosky. 2-2 on the way, and this ball goes to Sankovic. Check that. Yanoski at third. Makes a throw over to first to Braden O'Brien in time to retire Evan McGee 5-3 for the inning's first out. And I'll bring up Cyrus Potko, Colonials junior catcher, batting in the 5th position in the Albert Gallatin lineup. 182 average. Potko looking for his first RBI of the season. First pitch here from Kravosky. Big cut from Potko, swing and a miss. Takes us to 0-1. Potko now back in the batter's box. Kravosky's 0-1 on the way. Little check swing. Pitch missed low. Potko did not go, so they count even at 1-1. 1-1 on the way. Fastball from Kravosky. In there for a strike. Moves the count now to 1-2. Now Devin looking for his first strikeout of the afternoon. Will miss here high. Even up the count at 2-2. 2-2 on the way. Fastball from Kravosky. In there for a strike. Moves the count now to 1-2. Now Devin looking for his first strikeout of the afternoon. Will miss here high. Even up the count at 2-2. 2-2. 2-2 on the way. Fastball from Kravosky. In there for a strikeout of the afternoon. Will miss here high. Kravosky came in, again, just one appearance so far this season. That was down in Florida. 5 strikeouts to 3 walks so far this season. A swing and a miss there, and that's the 6th strikeout of the season for Kravosky, 2nd out of the inning. His first strikeout of the game, and we have 2 away with Luke Wilson coming to the plate. Sophomore right fielder batting 182 with 2 RBIs for the Albert Gallatin Colonials. Now Kravosky's first pitch here to Wilson, another fastball. Luke swing and a miss. Count 0-1. Kravosky looking quite confident on the mound here early on. Looks very focused. Long looking to Sevi Vecchiola, the Mustang catcher. 0-1 pitch, another strike called. Move now to 0-2. Devin looking for back-to-back strikeouts. Devin will wind and fire now. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball. And it was caught. There was a little hesitation there. Wasn't sure if Vecchiola would have to make the throw down to first to Braden O'Brien. Just goes in the books as a straight strikeout. 2nd of the inning for Kravosky. Colonials retired 1-2-3. We're moving to the bottom of the 2nd, scoreless. Laurel Highlands and Albert Gallatin here on the C. Harperata Group High School Sports Day. Get the family care that's right for you with WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital Primary Care. Uniontown Hospital provides not only emergency medical aid, they also offer a variety of primary care options and locations to meet your needs. Your primary care physician is the first point of contact when it comes to your medical care. Whether you're feeling under the weather or coming in for an annual checkup, WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital Primary Care is ready to care for all of your routine medical needs. You can visit uniontownhospital.com for available locations and contact information. Our game coverage is also being brought to you by Melinda Dellarose, candidate for judge of the Fayette County Court of Common Pleas. An assistant district attorney, tough prosecutor, and trusted local attorney, Melinda Dellarose is asking for your vote for judge, and she's one of our video stream sponsors today, along with Uniontown Detailing. The Catholic War Veterans, post 1669 in Hopwood, a proud supporter of local high school sports. In fact, their annual charity golf outing has contributed dozens of scholarships to Fayette County students. The Catholic War Veterans, post 1669 in Hopwood. We're moving right along here early on. Scoreless between Laurel Highlands and Albert Gallatin. Moving to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Frank Kula, Braden O'Brien, and Devin Kravosky due up here for the Mustangs. Looking for their first run of the afternoon. And it'll be Frank Kula to lead things off. Rhode Island recruit. 5'11", 175 senior. A homer and a pair of RBIs so far this season. Coming to bat here, the base is empty, leading off the bottom half of the 2nd inning. Brendan Duranko on the hill for Albert Gallatin. His first pitch here to Frank Kula. And therefore a strike. Takes us to 0-1. Gary Frankhauser has arrived. He'll be plugging in here shortly as well. 0-1 pitch to Kula. Missed a load, even if the count at 1-1. The Mustangs retired in order in the bottom of the 1st inning. Now the 1-1 pitch here from Duranko to Kula. Fastball missed a little high of the letters. Takes us to 2-1. Gary, you there?
I am.
Haven't missed much so far, moving right along.
That's what I understand, and our Facebook Live patrons on board again.
And Kula, ground ball here to 2nd. Malinsky with the throw over to Evan McGee to retire Kula 4-3 for the first outs of this bottom of the 2nd inning. That'll bring up Braden O'Brien, the 6'3", 200-pound senior. Batting .286 with 3 RBIs. O'Brien playing first base for the Mustangs here today. O'Brien stepping in. Duranko's first pitch to O'Brien. Missing high. Count moves to 1-0. And Gary, really a big series for both of these schools. Both enter 0-5 overall, 0-2 in conference play. Only 10 conference games. 4 of the 6 teams make the playoffs, but you can't really fall too far behind the 8 ball early on as O'Brien chops that one foul on the left side to take the count to 1-1.
I was just going to mention that same fact, Brian, and each game becomes more important as you move throughout the section games. And as you said, with both teams kind of getting off to a slow start, the Mustangs with a huge opportunity against Latrobe the last time out, just unable to push the runners across.
Yeah, certainly had plenty of opportunities in that second meeting that was played here at Laurel Highlands last Tuesday as O'Brien sends this one on the ground and right in between Bryce Barton and Gavin Smith in a left field. So a one-out single to left for Braden O'Brien and the Mustangs in business here in the bottom of the second inning.
Diving attempt there by the shortstop Bryce Barton.
Bryce Barton. That'll bring up Devin Kravosky. Great to see Kravosky back for the Mustangs here today. Again, did not pitch against Greater Latrobe, had a little arm tightness, making just his second appearance of the season on the mound today. Takes that pitch, a fastball high. The count goes to 1-0. Kravosky, 6'1", 190 junior, batting .333. With Joe Chambers graduating in the offseason, Kravosky now the Mustang ace.
Beautiful out here today, Brian. Perfect weather for high school baseball. Wind blowing out a little bit to left field, so the left-handed hitters for the Mustangs might put a charge into a couple.
It was blowing out to right earlier. It switched around a little bit. 1-0 count now to Kravosky. Devin sends that one foul. Take the count now to actually check that to 1-2.
And wind is swirling around now.
Yeah.
It is going out to right field.
It was going out to right pretty heavily in the opening inning. Actually saw a well-hit ball from Tyler Sankovic just go foul on the right side. Maybe a little wind-aided taking it foul. Another one golfed foul that time by Devin. And Brian Morozak with Gary Frankhauser, Tiffany Kessler behind the camera. Frank Kula helping us out with our score hub here today. First of 2 here on the WMBS platforms today. Have the Uniontown Bell Vernon game for you under the lights at Bailey Park.
Little radio action there.
Yeah,
Brian?
some radio there as well. We simulcast. The Mustangs on the radio for you on Monday, 4 o'clock game. Here at home next week against Bell Vernon. That'll be our next broadcast after today. Both on the radio and on Facebook next Monday.
Your listeners are going to have to get their recordings in place.
Yes, as Devin sends that one high in the air, caught there by the shortstop Bryce Barton for the second out of the inning.
Huge game for hockey and baseball tonight.
Yes. Pirates trying to bounce back after a loss. Penguins got a little help last night from the Islanders losing. Get a win tonight, put themselves back in a playoff position as Caleb Yanoski comes to the plate here. Caleb batting just .091, 6'2", 180 senior. Mustangs trying to get one across here in the bottom of the second inning. That one hits Yanoski in the back.
Wow. Right in the middle of the back.
Yes.
No chance to get out of the way of that one. And that was the heat.
Now bring up Patrick Cavanaugh. And Cavanaugh, the 5th Mustang to bat. Here in this bottom of the second inning. Batting .250. 6'3", 175 senior. DHing today for Sevi Vecchiola. Now 2 on, 2 outs. And a table set here for Cavanaugh. Batting from the 8th position in the lineup now calls time. Mustangs would like to get a little jump here on Albert Gallatin early on. Now stepping off the mound here is Durenko.
See what they can do with 2 outs here, and just 1 runner in scoring position, but 2 on, and big hitter at the plate in Cavanaugh.
Certainly plenty of power. First pitch to Patrick, get hit.
Wow.
I nicked him on the elbow, but they're going to say, did it hit the bat?
Might have to get a appeal on that.
Umpire said it hit the bat when he was falling through.
Wow. I didn't think he didn't take a full swing. It was definitely a check swing, but if it hit the bat, it really doesn't matter.
They put a ball, though, up on the scoreboard. They're going to appeal.
He didn't go, so.
They didn't go.
But how's that a ball? I'm not sure.
I guess they said they didn't get out of the way, Gary.
So it is a ball.
Yeah, we're going to say Kavanaugh did not attempt to get out of the way.
That's real strange.
The 1-0 pitch in there for a strike takes us to 1-1. The Mustangs not getting any help from the umpires there. Now 1-1 count here to Kavanaugh. That one high and inside.
Almost got him again.
Takes us to 2-1. Mustangs making Duranko throw some pitches here in the bottom of the second inning. Duranko now a little glance back at O'Brien at second, and that one popped up.
That's going to hit the bleachers. Yeah. Need people get out of the way. Ooh.
No one attempted to make a catch.
Almost hit Mrs. Kula over there. She's ducking.
Got to make a play on the ball.
Yeah, her daughter-in-law ran out of the way.
Needs to step up and take charge over there, right?
She's supposed to be protecting her over there, Frank.
Count now 2-2. Duranko to Kavanaugh. Patrick sends another one foul. And over the fence and out of play. 2-2 again. Duranko to Kavanaugh. 2 on for the Mustangs. Game still scoreless. 2-2 pitch. Kavanaugh staying alive, fouling another one back.
Primarily heat being brought by the Albert Gallatin pitcher, and had a little bit of control problem with the hit batsman.
Another 2-2 now. And Patrick Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh, well hit ball, fair ball down the third base line. Rounding third and on his way to score is Braden O'Brien. They're going to send Caleb Yanoski as well. And it's a 2 RBI double for Patrick Kavanaugh, and the Mustangs lead 2-0.
That was right on the barrel of bat, just pulled right down the left field line, fair by about 2 feet, and it went all the way into the corner. Unable to make any kind of a play out there in left field was Gino Valenti, and speed on the base pad. Kravoski coming all the way around from first.
Now Shane Layton will be the 6th Mustang to bat here in the bottom of the second inning. Kavanaugh now at second. First pitch.
Oh, that was Yanoski. I'm sorry, not Kravoski. Huh?
Yep, Yanoski scored there. Yanoski and O'Brien scoring the 2 Mustang runs.
A lot of skis out there.
Yes. That pitch missed for ball 1 to Layton. Came in with a 167 average and an RBI. Duranko's 1-0, and therefore a strike evens up the count at 1-1. And the first of 2 here on the WMBS platforms. We'll have Uniontown and Bell Vernon from Bailey Park later on tonight.
Always exciting down there at Bailey Park, especially with the lights on.
1-1 misses inside. You'll have a 2-0 Uniontown team in conference play taking on a 1-1 Bell Vernon team. They got the roof fixed for us, Gary, down at the press box down there.
I was wondering about that. I went by there yesterday? No, Friday, and it was still off.
2-1, swing and a miss there from Layton. I got a call about a half hour before we went on the air here telling me they got the roof back on and we can set up inside the press box tonight, so that's good news.
Absolutely.
Tony,
nice facility.
Yes, Tony Hanula is going to join me for the game there this evening. Billy Dice will have our camera work. 2-2 misses low, takes us to 3-2 now. With first base open. Mustangs a good bottom of the second inning. 2 already across, trying to add to it here with Shane Layton top of the order and C.J. Gesk up next for Laurel Highlands. 3-2 on the way, and this ball golfed into center field, and backing up, unable to make the grab, there is Nate Pegg. So that will allow Kavanaugh to score. Relay comes in, sliding into second safely is Layton. I think you have to score that, Gary, E8.
You sure do. Pegg, he thought he had it in his glove. He just kind of didn't even look around.
But if you notice, Pegg started to charge, and then the hit there from Layton was actually going out. So Peg had to back up a little bit. I'm not sure if the timing maybe threw it off. You have bright sunshine as well.
He was there in plenty of time and just had to reach up, and he thought he had it.
So the Mustangs now 3 across here in the bottom of the second. Try to add to it. First pitch swinging C.J. Gesk. Sends this one in a left center. This time charging and getting is Gino Valenti. So the second F7 from C.J. Gesk ends the inning, but the Mustangs get 3 here in the bottom of the second and lead 3-0 over the Albert Gallatin Colonials here on the C.R. Brada Group High School Sports Day. Hillbilly John Marietta is ready to ride his way to becoming your next Fayette County Commissioner. He is firm on the Bill of Rights, our Constitution, faith and freedom, and standing up for Fayette County. Pennsylvania needs good leaders. Courage is contagious. On Tuesday, May 16th, vote for John Marietta for Fayette County Commissioner. This message has been paid for by John Marietta for We the People. Attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt at Watson Mundorf LLP wish the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and all of our local teams the best of luck this year. Watson Mundorf is the premier regional law firm whose experience and expertise empower it not only to be an advocate for its clients, but also provide them with exceptional service to exceed expectations. With offices in Uniontown and Connellsville, they're local and here to serve you. Phone 724-626-8882 for attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt at Watson Mundorf LLP. And if your car sounds like it's saying trade me in every time you start it up, well, go to Ford of Uniontown and trade it in. That's right, Ford of Uniontown is ready to assist you with either a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV purchase. You can call or stop in today. Your hometown service of Ford of Uniontown, Route 40 West, across from Applebee's. So listen to your car the next time it says, trade me in, and trade me in. And Gary, you can go ahead and bring the folks to the third inning.
Absolutely. Due up for Albert Gallatin, Nate Pegg, Jason Myers, and Gavin Smith. Pegg stepping in now with the Mustangs, holding on to a 3-0 lead as we go to the top half of the third inning. First pitch from Devin Kravoski, in for a strike. Devin working after 2 strikeouts in the second inning. A little low and inside with that one for ball 1, 1-1. Field is looking immaculate out here at Tom Landman Field. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss for Kravoski. Going ahead now, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Nate Pegg, the center fielder for Albert Gallatin. Nate coming in, hitting at a 500 mark. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, big hopper to third. Up with it and on to first for the out is Caleb Janoski for the Mustangs. Nice big hop for Caleb. Strong throw over to O'Brien at first for that first out of the inning. It's going to bring up Jason Myers, the designated hitter. Brian providing the refreshments here. Thank you very much. Kravoski from the windup. Good heat on that fastball. Unable to catch up to that one, Jason Myers, and have to put a clock on that one. That's got to be mid-80s.
He's looked very confident, though, Gary, so far today.
That comes with a off-speed breaking ball and gets the foul tip to run the count to 0-2.
Gonna have to thank our video stream sponsors today, Uniontown Detailing and Melinda Dellarose for Judge.
There's a pitch, just misses outside. Tried to get a little bit of a chase there, and that was a tough one to take, but good eye there by Jason Myers. Wind really picking up now out to right field. There's a fastball on the inside part of the plate. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Third strikeout for Devin Kravoski. 2 quick outs here in the top half of the third inning. Brings up Gavin Smith, the third baseman for Albert Gallatin, coming in hitting 167.
Could make for an easier afternoon if Kravoski continues to pitch the way he is and the Mustangs get run support.
Starts him off with a breaking ball coming inside and a swing and a miss again. A lot of swing and misses so far here for Albert Gallatin. Kravoski high and outside with the heat that time, 1-1. Quickly on the mound again. Kravoski with the signal. Comes with the breaking pitch. That one's high and outside also. So 2-1. 2 outs here in the top half of the third inning. The Mustangs on top, 3-0. Plating 3 in the bottom of the second. Fastball just a little low, so 3-1. Devin will have to work his way back in this count. Here's the pitch. That's at the letters on the outside part of the plate for strike 2, so full count now. Devin trying to stay with the minimum amount of batters. That's high and inside, and he does walk Smith for the first base runner for Albert Gallatin, and that's going to bring up the top of the order, Bryce Barton. Bryce on an error in the first, but he was erased on a double play. Fly out to center field and caught him off of second base after he was sacrificed to second base in the first. So Bryce stepping in, batting .438. Senior. That was in the dirt. Good block behind the plate that time by Vecchiola. Good fundamentals there, just down to his knees, get the glove in front of him, take it off the chest protector. 1 ball, that's ball 2, high and outside. So what looked like a very quick inning for Kravoski, turning into some extra pitches. From the stretch, not a big lead over there at first. There's a foul ball, and that's ripped up on top of the hill. One of the patrons having to duck out of the way of that one. 2 balls and a strike to Bryce Barton with 2 outs here in the third. That ball's low and in the dirt for ball 3.
Sounds like somebody needs an attorney over there, Gary.
That's my daughter. She should know where I'm at. 3-1 pitch. Strike on the inside part of the plate, taking all the way that time was Bryce Barton, trying to get extra runners on for Albert Gallatin. So full count, 2 outs. That'll allow Gavin Smith to take off on the pitch. And throw over, good play. Whoa, almost got him.
A little better view for us over here of the field, Gary. At least we can see right field, unlike being up in the press box.
The pitch again. Ground ball to short. Coming up with a Sankovic. Strong throw to first. Got him. Excellent play that time by the shortstop, Sankovic, going deep in the hole. Could not make the play at second. Had to throw across the diamond to O'Brien for the 3rd out. So good defense pays dividends for the Mustangs as we'll go to the bottom of the 3rd. Up 3-0 on the C. Harper Sports Night here on WMBS Facebook Live.
COVID could be with us for a while, so it's time to order your COVID test from Peachin's Pharmacy. You'll have them when you need them. Peachin Pharmacy can help you get COVID tests. Just call 724-626-9600. That's 724-626-9600. They have free prescription delivery. Just call or stop in the pharmacy inside the Peachin Market in Connellsville. Contact Uniontown Allstate agent Russ Blejo for a free quote for home or car insurance near you. Located on Lebanon Avenue in Uniontown. You can call Russ at 724-439-9700. Remember, you're in good hands with Russ Blejo and Allstate. And be prepared for spring with the help of First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. They can help you with all of your home improvement needs. They can get you a home equity loan, home equity line of credit. You can finally upgrade that air conditioner, take care of that leaking roof, replace those outdated floors. Apply online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729. So a good start, Gary, for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, up 3-0, trying to add to it here in the bottom of the third inning.
Due up for the Mustangs, Tristan McCoy, Tyler Sankovic, and Frank Kula. So the meat of the order for the Mustangs.
Mustangs sent 7 men to the plate in that bottom of the second inning that plated 3 runs.
2 hits in the inning. And assist by an error by Albert Gallatin allowed that third run to come across. Strike at the letters.
Reminder to stay tuned after our game for our post-game show being brought to you by South Union Township Supervisor Rick Vernon. Our live video stream today, courtesy of Uniontown Detailing and Melinda Dellarose for Judge.
Big wind up there by Brendan Duranko. Got the big leg kick. Comes to the plate, and that's fouled off to the left. So 2 strikes now to Tristan McCoy. Playing left field today for the Mustangs. Bright, sunshiny afternoon here at Southwestern Pennsylvania on the campus at Laurel Highlands. Time called. Something you don't see in the majors anymore.
No, can't do it.
Kind of like it.
Yep.
Things have really been moving along, and it's, I think, vastly improved the game and easier to watch.
Is it close to half hour quicker are the games?
Yes. Ball outside in the dirt for the first ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Players still getting very much acclimated to that, though, Brian. You see a lot of pitch violations.
They're certainly new just about a week and a half into the Major League Baseball regular season. Of course, they had some time during spring training games as well to test out the system.
1 and 2. That's a little bit high. 2 and 2.
I have to thank our friends as well at the South Union Township Sports Network for helping us out with this doubleheader today. Tiffany Kessler behind the camera. Jason Scott did a nice job getting us set up with some of their camera equipment today. It'll allow us to bring you this game, not only here on WMBS, the South Union Township Sports Network, and the Laurel Highlands School District Facebook page as well.
There's a high fly ball to center field. Getting under it out there this time is Pegg, and he'll squeeze it for the first out. So good barrel up for Tristan McCoy. Just got under it slightly and results in the first out. Fly out to 8. Center fielder, and that's going to bring up Sankovic.
Gary, have you met Tiffany before? She's the new Jerry Dupay for South Union. Tiffany did a great job with all the youth soccer games this past winter as well on the South Union Township Sports Network.
First pitch to Sankovic. That's ripped and unable to make that catch on the drive to second base. We're going to give that a single to Tyler Sankovic. That was too hot to handle.
Yeah, not much Malinsky could have done with that. And sank another well-hit ball there for Laurel Highlands.
So puts a runner on for Frank Kula. Comes up having grounded to second his first time up. Hard hit ball by Frank. Looks at ball 1 outside. In that third position, you probably won't see Frank in this situation looking to bunt.
No.
There's a lot of power in that wind blowing out to right. Good opportunity for Frank to put a charge into one. Throw over to first. Diving back in safely is Sankovic. Duranko working from the stretch. Checks the runner. Brings it home in the dirt. 2 balls now to Frank. Good crowd out here in the sunshine, soaking up the rays.
As folks get out of work, crowd continues to fill up a little bit.
Vitamin D supplement.
Yes.
There's a rip to center field. That's going to be over the head of Pegg and almost to the wall. 1 hops the fence. Sankovic coming around third. They're going to send him play into shortstop, and there's not going to be a play at the plate. And a driving one-out double. I'm sorry, no-out double.
One out.
Sorry, one out. You're right. One-out double by Frank Kula gives him another RBI, and that extends the Mustang lead now to 4-0.
Third RBI in the season for Kula.
Good speed by Sankovic to come around from first base, and no chance to make a play on him at home, and that's going to bring up O'Brien. And he fouls one back. Big cut there by Braden, I should say.
Two schools will meet again tomorrow down at Albert Gallatin. That'll be at German Masontown Park.
On the stretch again, now step off and look back. Frank gets back to second, no throw.
Again, our next broadcast of Mustang baseball will come your way on Monday. Laurel Highlands and Bell Vernon from here at Laurel Highlands High School. The wind continues to pick up. That'll be a 4 o'clock start, both on the radio side and on Facebook Live.
School board meeting that night, Brian, I just found out.
Got moved from Wednesday to Monday?
Well, a work session Monday
Oh,
night.
okay. I'll be here.
A lot of things on the agenda.
Yeah.
So.
We'll have that Laurel Highlands School Board meeting. It's still next Wednesday then, right?
Correct.
Okay. See if I can get Tony here then, Gary, if you won't be around.
1-1 pitch. Strike called at the letters. Duranko likes that call. 1 out in the inning, 1 run in. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Braden O'Brien with Frank Kula in scoring position out there at second. That's in the dirt. No chance to advance that time. Good play by the catcher for Upper Gallatin, Cyrus Potkel. 2-2. Big wide stance by Braden O'Brien. There's a curveball that's popped up. It might be playable. Looks like it's going to be out of play by about 2 feet.
You go out by much.
Count remains 2-2 with 1 out in the inning. 4-0. Laurel Highlands on top. Ranko trying to limit the damage here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Foul tip, so staying alive in there is O'Brien. Unable to corral that foul tip was Potkel behind home plate. Got a little bit of a fire cloud coming in over center field. Looks like some fire alarms. There's a high fly ball in the infield. That's going to be playable and unable to make the catch. Wow, that's a huge fly ball that was unable to be brought in by Smith. Third baseman coming in almost on the pitcher's mound, unable to make that catch, and that's going to give O'Brien a base runner with an error. So Kula unable to advance, but now O'Brien on at first with 1 out. That's going to bring in Kravoski. Ball inside to Devin.
I've seen a couple of those, Gary, today, and I think when the Colonials go back and watch this game film, they'll want to have back.
Yeah, for sure. Kula diving back in with no throw. Frank, you got to clean that uniform tonight.
You wear the Rhodes tomorrow. Have a full week to get that one ready, unless they wear them. They go up to Indiana and play a non-conference game on Friday.
You win this game, you got to wear the same uniform tomorrow.
Can make things a little tough on the parents. It's not muddy today.
The pitch again outside. 3-0 to the pitcher, Devin Kravoski. Looking for one he can drive. I'd say give him the green light here. It's a pitch, high and outside, so 4-pitch walk to Kravoski. He's going to load the bases now for Caleb Janoski. Might have a visit here from the coaching staff of Albert Gallatin. They're going to bring the infield in, that's for sure. And we're going to have a courtesy runner out there at first base for Kravoski. See who that is out there. That's Blaze Krisner. Thank you, Frank. I can't see that number from here. Well, what we saw over the horizon here appears to be a 4-alarm fire.
Wow. That's only right over the little knob there.
1 out in the inning. Bases are loaded. First pitch is high and inside, so Brendan Duranko having a little bit of control problem here.
Maybe Tiffany can get a shot of that in between pitches over there in left field.
Yeah.
That's blowing out there pretty good, especially the wind today as well. That could be a little dangerous.
There's a high fly ball. It's going to be infield fly rule. Runner is out. I'm sorry, the hitter is out, and he misses the ball, but that's probably an attempt to try to get one of the runners to go away. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt there, but it's an infield fly rule. It's not an error. So that's the second out of the inning, and that's going to bring up Kavanaugh. So the bases stay loaded, and Kavanaugh, who ripped a 2 RBI single down the left, double down the left field line. Another opportunity here with the bases loaded. Looks at ball 1 outside. Kavanaugh with 1 ball now trying to add on to a 4-0 Mustang lead. Looks at ball 2 outside, so I think in this situation you got to make him throw a strike.
I agree.
Maybe that's the popcorn burning.
I don't know. You can smell the popcorn pretty good. A lot of attention out there in left field for sure.
There's a pitch, ground ball down the left field line. That would have been ball 3, I think. So Kavanaugh had the green light to go after that one.
And you hope that's just brush maybe, Gary.
Yeah, but that looks like maybe tires.
Yeah. I'm trying to be optimistic about it.
Ooh, a strike called on a high fastball. So now 2-2, 2 outs, bases loaded. Mustangs with 1 in the inning, leading 4-0. 2-2 pitch coming to Kavanaugh. That's high. So the count is full. There's 2 outs. Got to make sure the pitcher comes to the plate and start the carnival. Merry-go-round to be in motion. He's going to step back. Maybe go from the windup. Nope, he changes his mind now going from the stretch. And that's going to bring out Coach Popovich to discuss things, try to at least know what's going on here. And with that visit to the mound, hear from one of our sponsors, UPMC Centers for Rehab Services. UPMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community. They treat sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. You can call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access, and they can contact your doctor for you. 724-437-7500, UPMC Center for Rehab. Back at it now with the count full. And it looks like Duranko's going to go from the windup. That's going to give a big lead to everybody. Frank Cullen needs to be careful not to get drilled with one here. There's a high fly ball to left field. It looks like it's going to be in foul territory, And it's in play, though, and making the catch down the left field line for the third out to limit the damage is Gino Valenti. So Kavanaugh flies out to end the inning. The Mustangs do plate one. Lead 4-0 as we go to the top of the fourth here on the C. Harper Sports Night on WMBS Facebook Live.
South Union Township Supervisor Rick Vernon knows there's nothing more exciting than high school sports. He also knows that athletes work hard to be competitive plus maintain their study skills. Rick Vernon salutes all of our young contestants in their efforts. Good luck and may the best team prevail from South Union Township Supervisor Rick Vernon. Quality care doesn't have to be hard to find. NovaCare Rehabilitation has locations in Uniontown and Masontown. And they're accessible for all of your recovery needs. Same-day appointments and no referral needed means making an appointment is an easy process. Don't miss the opportunity to personalize your care with NovaCare. And M&R Transit, locally owned and operated by the Scott family, has been helping students travel safely to school in Fayette County for more than 3 years. M&R Transit, a proud supporter of Laurel Highlands high school baseball. They wish all of our area teams the best of luck. For more information, you can phone 724-439-3164 for M&R Transit. Well, Gary, looks like you have everything under control here at Laurel Highlands High School. I'm going to depart, get set up over at Bailey Park for our nightcap tonight, Uniontown and Belle Vernon. I think you, Tiffany, and Frank should be in good hands over here.
Okay, Brian, and we'll look for the Mustangs to try to hang on to a 4-0 lead. Unfortunately, seeing those bases loaded left again, we saw in that Latrobe game that really cost the Mustangs, but the Mustangs with a lead here to face Matt Malinsky, Gino Valenti, and Evan McGee. So
I think you got all your sponsors in there. You're on number 1. I'm taking my stuff off of number 4, taking my other book, and enjoy the rest of the game.
All right, hope you don't have to run through the fire, although the smoke has ceased.
Yeah, that's a good news.
Got that out.
Good news.
First pitch in the dirt. Ball 1 to Matt Malinsky, the second baseman for Albert Gallatin, facing Devin Kravoski. It looked like a strike, 1-1. Kravoski with the pitch, breaking ball high and outside, 2-1. So Kravoski trying to find the plate here. The first batter to face here in the top of the fourth. There's a little looper over the press box to the right side, out of play. 2-2. Devin been under control here so far this afternoon. Came with a breaking pitch again, and that one's fouled back out of play. Crowd continues to grow here at Mustang Field with a lot of the Mustang football and basketball athletes here to support the Mustang baseball team. There's a dribbler foul into the AG dugout. See Gallagher and DeShields, some of the other football players over there. Beautiful afternoon. Might as well come out and see some baseball. 2-2 pitch. Foul back again into the screen this time. Had that one in on the handle. Malinsky trying to get things started here for Albert Gallatin. Top half of the fourth inning. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball to second. Kula up with it smoothly. On to O'Brien for the 4-3 putout. Frank back to his familiar second base position. Getting some word that Hoff maybe have some injury situation, and move Frank over to second. First pitch in to Valenti is high and outside for ball 1. Sankovic to shortstop, and Caleb Janoski in at third base for the Mustang defense. That's low and inside, so left-handed hitting, Gino Valenti now 2-0 with 1 out in the inning. Devin rocks and deals. Misses low, 3-0. So working quickly, but you need to throw strikes at this situation. Up 4-0 in the top of the fourth. Don't want to allow free runners for Albert Gallatin. There's a fastball right down the middle for strike one. Three and one. Valenti digs in. Kravosky brings it. It's up the middle. Kula backhand. Could not get it. A little too far out of his reach. That's going to be a base hit for Gino Valenti. Would have been a tough play there for Frank Kula. Had to go a long way to his right. Almost behind second base. Probably would not have been able to throw him out regardless. With some speed down the line was Valenti. So that's the first hit of the game for Albert Gallatin. Here in the top half of the fourth inning, brings up Evan McGee. Throw over back easily is Valenti. McGee, the first baseman for Albert Gallatin, with an opportunity here. One man on, one out. Top of the fourth. Ground ball again. This one's to Kula. He's going to have us unassisted at second, on to first for the double play. Positioned perfectly for the Mustangs, as Frank was positioned well towards second base, able to pick up that ground ball, touch second himself. On to O'Brien for the inning-ending double play here on the C. Harper Sports Night on WMBS Facebook Live. The Mustangs up 4-0. Your health is the most important thing to you, and it is important to find the best physical therapy clinic to better serve you. Movement Physiotherapy, now located off Route 40 on Pedro Drive west of Uniontown, understands this and wants to help ease the stress. Tyler Gasick has over 10 years of experience helping people improve their health with physical therapy and is ready to help you. Tyler is from the Uniontown area and is committed to helping improve his community. To schedule your appointment, phone 724-912-PT or visit Movement Physiotherapy online at movementtpp.com. Still on the mound for Albert Gallatin is Brendan Duranko. Looks like Janoski going down the line, being good spot there by Frank Kula, assisting us here. Yeah, they'll have to get somebody down there to protect him, or that'll be a miscue. And the umpire's looking into the dugout right now. Where's your protector? As we wait, Uniontown Detailing offers an all-inclusive auto care experience. Services include full auto detailing, professional ceramic coating, window tinting, undercoating, paintless dent repair, and more. They are conveniently located on 255 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown. Best of luck this season to all local teams from Uniontown Detailing. Stepping in for the Mustangs, number 13, that's Shane Layton, right fielder for the Mustangs today. So Shane will get an opportunity here in the bottom of the fourth. Looks at strike one, letter high. Top of the lineup to follow Shane with C.J. Gesk, Tristan McCoy, and Tyler Sankovic. Ball one high. 1-1. Couple Mustangs down there loosening up now. Looks like Nick Fleshar down there loosening up also. High and outside, 2-1 now. Mustangs possibly looking to try to save some innings for Devin Kravosky here for tomorrow and later in the week. 2-1 pitch. That's in the dirt. 3-1. We don't have a pitch count here on Brendan Duranko, but he has thrown a lot of pitches. You're into the fourth inning, trailing 4-0. 3-1 pitch, and that is another hit batsman. Hit by pitch there as Shane Layton will be aboard to start things off with C.J. Guest coming to the plate. Umpire coming out to let Duranko know that he's aware that there's nothing intentional. No chance there for Layton to get out of the way of that one. That was, again, square in the middle of the back. Might have a bunt situation with Coach Yeoman possibly trying to work on some things here with a 4-0 lead. And Guest does lay it down nicely, and that's bobbled by the third baseman on to first, and they call him out. Wow. Looked like he had it beat, but it called out at first there, but sacrifice nonetheless. Moves Shane Layton up to second base in scoring position for Tristan McCoy as he will come to the plate for the third time here, already in the fourth inning. Layton with a decent lead out there at second. McCoy looks at one that looks like a pretty good pitch, but called ball one. Brendan Duranko to McCoy. Strike at the letters, so 1-1. Tristan McCoy, the junior left fielder for the Mustangs. Grounded the third in the first, flew out to center in the third. Looks at ball two high. Kind of a hush coming over the crowd here down the third base line. Enjoying the atmosphere in the high school baseball game. That's high for ball three. So McCoy getting some signals from his third base coach Yeoman and trying to hold on the runner out there at second, Layton. Pitch inside for ball four. Down there warming up for Albert Gallatin is Jason Myers. He's currently in the game at center field, so I'm sorry, at DH, so he might be looking to come in to pitch in the bottom in this inning if necessary, but maybe in the next opportunity for Albert Gallatin. So now runners at first and second. Sankovic will come to the plate, singled and came around to score the fourth run for the Mustangs last inning. So now with an opportunity with runners on base, and he hits a high fly ball to left field. That's going way back off the bottom of the fence. Runners will be held at third, and scoring on the play all the way from second was Shane Layton, and coming around to third was McCoy. So an RBI double for Tyler Sankovic. Adds on for the Mustangs to make it 5-0 with Frank Kula coming to plate and just one out. Could be a change here on the mound as Coach Popovich will come to the mound, and it looks like we will have a pitching change. Coming in to pitch, it's going to be Jason Myers, the designated hitter. And let's see what the maneuvers are defensively for Albert Gallatin. Looks like Durango is going to go to third base. So that they do not make the move to Jason Myers. It looks like the shortstop Bryce Barton is going to come in to pitch. And he'll get plenty of opportunity to get warmed up, so we'll put Bryce Barton now on the mound. Duranko goes to third base. Now playing short is going to be Evan McGee. He was on first base, is that right? No, number 23. That's Matt Malinsky. He was at second base, so he's going to now be playing shortstop. And moving over to first base, let's see, that's number 22. That was the third baseman, Evan McGee. I'm sorry. No, he's still at first. I'll get it here eventually. I think moving to second base was the third baseman, Gavin Smith, moves to second base. So that's the maneuvers by Albert Gallatin, now trailing 5-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. And due up to the Mustangs, Frank Cola with runners at second and third with just one out. And while we get through the remainder of the warm-ups, we're going to remind you that one of our sponsors is, get to the right page here, M&R Transit. Locally owned and operated by the Scott family, have been helping students travel safely to schools in the Fayette County area for more than 3 years. M&R Transit is a proud sponsor of the Laurel Highlands School baseball team and wishes all the area local teams good luck. For more information, call 724-439-3164. That's 724-439-3164, or stop into their offices at M&R Transit, 253 South Mount Vernon Avenue here in Uniontown. So here we go with Frank Cola stepping in. Doubled homer run back in the third inning for another RBI for Frank, now batting in that cleanup spot. Good position for him as he's a very good contact hitter. First pitch from Barton is high and outside with the breaking pitch to Cola. Second and third, one out. Bottom of the fourth inning. Dribbler down first base side, foul. Coach Sankovic just gets out of the way down there. Didn't try to make a play. 1-1 is the count on Frank Cola. .5'11", 175 senior. 1-1 pitch. There's a rip into the gap between left and center. That's going to easily score 2 runs, and another 2 RBI double now for Frank Cola as he is having a day. Brings in both Tristan McCoy and Tyler Sankovic to make it a 7-0 lead, as Braden O'Brien will now have an opportunity with Frank Cola out there at second base and just one out in the inning. Good piece of batting there by Frank Cola, just taking that outside pitch to the opposite field, finding that gap between Nate Pegg and Gino Valenti out there in left and center. O'Brien looks at strike one at the knees on a breaking pitch. High and inside, so 1-1 now to Braden O'Brien. I'm sorry, 2-0. First pitch was not in the zone. Ball 3. It's the Mustangs plating 3 in the inning to run the score now to 7-0. Trying to add more with just one out in the inning. Cola with a big lead out there at second. Strike down the middle that time to O'Brien. Wind has been steady, and now it's pretty steady out to right field. Nice breeze on a beautiful afternoon here on the campus at Laurel Highlands. That's inside, almost clips O'Brien, and he'll be on with a walk. Had a hit batsman to start the inning. Layton came around to score. Sacrifice over to second by C.J. Gask. Walk to Tristan McCoy. Tyler Sankovic with a double, scoring Layton on that play, and then Kula with the double to plate the other 2 runs. So 3 runs into the inning. Now we have a courtesy runner for O'Brien. That's D'Amico. And now Devin Kravosky, the pitcher for the Mustangs, will have an opportunity with 2 men on. Step back by Barton, no throw. First pitch in there for a strike to Devin. Devin looked to put something in play here. That ball's hit off the end of the bat towards the Aubrey Gallatin dugout for strike 2. Mustangs trying to get in the win column, 0-5 on the season. Counting that trip to Florida. That's high and inside, so 1 ball, 2 strikes to Devin Kravosky. Barton with the look. That's outside, 2-2. Devin with a good eye, trying to find one he can drive. Check the runners, come to home, swing and a miss. So good breaking pitch there, kind of off speed. Had Kravosky out in front, so that's the second out of the inning, and Caleb Janoski now will come to the plate. He was hit by a pitch back in the second and was out on an infield fly roll in the third. So looking to get his first hit of the day. Barton deliberate in the dirt for ball 1. So the top of the 4th inning, and the Mustangs on top. Bottom of the 4th inning, Mustangs on top 7-0. 3 runs in this inning. Mustangs scored 3 in the second, 1 in the third, and now 3 here so far in the 4th. As Janoski looks at ball 2. Bryce Barton on in relief for Duranko here in the 4th inning. Mustangs had 2 relievers warming up, potentially to replace Devin Kravosky, but probably precautionary at this point. Big cut in there for Janoski on that high fastball, had it up letter high. Took a huge cut at it for strike 1. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 men out, 2 men on. Bryce Barton working from the stretch. There's a little looper down the right field line. That could be trouble, and it's foul. Barely foul. Probably about 1.5 feet foul down the right field line, and that would have scored probably 2 runs. Had that been able to fall fair, but back in the box will come Caleb Janoski now with a 2-2 count and 2 outs. Caleb trying to get that bat moving. The senior having a little hard luck at the plate here so far this season. That's outside for 3-2 now. Once again, the Mustang runners can be on the move with the pitch. Trying to hold him on a little bit out there at second base. But Kula gets the lead, and there's a rip down third, and that's foul. Wow. Just a little out in front of that one was Janoski, and he ripped it down the third base line, but it was foul. And we'll have to do it again. Brad Yeoman had to duck out of the way of that one. From the stretch, runners get their lead. Runners take off. That ball's in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, but no reason to try to advance further. So the bases will be loaded. And the ninth batter to the plate will be Patrick Cavanaugh this inning with the bases loaded once again. Cavanaugh flew out the left field with the bases loaded last inning. See if he can do something this inning with the bases loaded once again. Ball inside. Mustangs leaving 3 out there last inning. That ball's outside, so Barton digging a hole here with 2-0 to Cavanaugh. Gave him the swing sign. He's got the green light, so see what Patrick can do. The 7-0 lead, why not? Got the strike. That's not one he wanted to swing at, high and outside, but Barton getting the call. Two and one from the windup. Bryce just misses. Just below the knees outside, so 3-1 now. Cavanaugh looking for his pitch. Swings at ball 4. That was high, up in his eyeballs. So Cavanaugh chasing. Makes the count 3-2 again with 2 outs. Runners take off. Look at ball 4 outside. So eventually does get the walk and the RBI. That brings Kula home for the 4th run of the inning, making it 8-0, and that's going to bring up Shane Layton again here in the 4th inning for his second opportunity. Started things off with the ball hitting him in the back. Came around to score the 5th run at the time. Looks at ball 1. Second pitch. Ooh, got hit the bat. I'm sorry, what? Helmet first and then the bat. Wow. Popovich doesn't like it. He's not going to get any change in this call, but that could be a record, getting hit by a pitch twice in one inning. Brings in another run in the form of O'Brien, well, the pinch runner for O'Brien. And the bases will still be loaded and bring up C.J. Gesk. It's a 9-0, and could be a 10-run rule after 5 innings, but we're not going to get ahead of ourselves here. We push another one across here that could make the 5th inning exciting. Ball high and outside. Ball 2 outside, so Bryce having a little bit of trouble finding the strike zone. If he can walk in this 10th run, that could be a problem for Albert Gallatin moving into the 5th inning. 2-0. Short Guest has a green light. Looks at strike one. Try to squeeze in some more of our sponsors. NovaCare. Quality care doesn't have to be hard to find. NovaCare Rehabilitation. Locations in Uniontown and Masontown. As Barton brings the 2-1 pitch. That's high and outside. Accessible for your recovery needs. Same-day appointments and no referrals needed. Means making an appointment is as easy as can be. Industry-leading treatments by NovaCare. 3-1 pitch. Outside, ball 4. So that's going to bring in the 10th run for the Mustangs. And in the inning, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walks and 2 hit by pitch. As Popovich will go to the mound again. Scoring on that one was Janoski. So Mustangs plating 5 in the inning. 6 in the inning, excuse me. Barton's going to be removed. And let's see who's going to come in for Albert Gallatin. Looks like the left fielder, 22, Evan McGee. Nope, that's first baseman. What's his number? Gino Valenti comes in from left field. And looks like Barton's going to be out there to left field and gives us a chance to thank a few more of our sponsors. On the C. Harper Sports Afternoon here on WMBS Facebook Live. Mustangs trying to get on the winning column here for the first time this season. As we thank Rick Vernon, the South Union Township Supervisor. Rick Vernon knows there's nothing more exciting than high school sports. He knows all the athletes worked hard to be competitive, plus maintain their study skills. Rick Vernon salutes all the young contestants in their efforts. Good luck, and may the best team prevail. From South Union Township Supervisor Rick Vernon. So it looks like Valenti's about ready on the hill. All of our sponsors we'd like to thank here on WMBS, with the Mustangs up now 10-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Albert Gallatin will be down to their final 3 outs unless they can play to run in the 5th inning. And the Mustangs are not finished here yet in the 4th with the bases loaded. And Tristan McCoy at the plate for the Mustangs. He walked in this inning earlier, came around to score. Valenti looks first pitch high and outside for ball 1. As we go down our sponsors, Movement Physiotherapy, Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law, Russ Blejo, your local Allstate insurance agent, First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, the Catholic War Veterans, Post 1669 in Hopwood. 2-0 to the count is to Tristan McCoy. That one's in the dirt for ball 3. No need to try to advance. 3-0. Potter's Bar and Grill, Uniontown Detailing, Ford of Uniontown, WVU Medicine, Uniontown Hospital, Peachens Pharmacy, M&R Transit, the Sprouse Insurance Group, NovaCare Rehabilitation. There's a strike right down the middle that time by Valenti. McCoy at the plate. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs in the inning. Swing and a miss for strike 2, so came with a little off-speed action that time and had McCoy a little bit out in front. 3-2 is the count. There's a little looper over second base. That could be trouble, but coming in and making the catch, the right fielder Luke Wilson to end the inning. But the Mustangs do put up 6. and now lead 10-0 as we go to the top of the 5th here on the C. Harper Sports Afternoon WMBS Facebook Live. A few more of our sponsors here on our Facebook Live streaming. M&R Transit, the Sprouse Insurance Group, NovaCare Rehabilitation, Ted Sova & Sons Body and Fender Repair, John Marietta for Fayette County Commissioner, South Union Township Supervisor Rick Vernon, Melinda Dellarose for Judge, one of our stream sponsors, and Mamaruka Pizza Shop, and Centers for Rehab Services and Physical Therapist Jim Burns, State Farm Agent Lauren Yeoman, Radcliffe Law, Shop and Save, Uniontown Detailing, Jimmy Johns, and attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt at Watson Mundorf LLP. Coming on to pitch for the Mustangs is number 19, Caleb Janoski. He moves over from third base, and coming into play third base is Noah Lyon. Going out to left field is Krisner. Blaze Krisner will get an opportunity in left field, so get our defense straightened out. So Caleb Janoski now on the hill, and that limits the pitching for Devin Kravosky, which really could assist the Mustangs later on this week and next. So Noah Lyon is at third. And Blaze Krisner out there in left. First pitch inside, ball 1 to Potkel, the catcher for Albert Gallatin, Cyrus Potkel. Good heat on that one by Janoski, 1-1 to Potkel. Struck out in the second. Second opportunity at the plate for Cyrus. Janoski has that lanky look about him. He could bring it. Foul back makes it a 1-ball, 2-strike count. With 10 runs in, Albert Gallatin needs to plate one here in the 5th to keep things going. Strike 3 called as Janoski comes with the heat, nothing but, and gets the strikeout looking to start the 5th inning. Mustangs plating 6 runs in the bottom of the 4th with just 2 hits. Now at the plate for Albert Gallatin, Luke Wilson looks at strike 1, so Janoski looking impressive. Strike 2, and he's nothing fancy, just bringing the heat. Oh, 2 counts. Swing and a miss. Had him chasing for strike 3, so 2 outs in the inning. Albert Gallatin down to their last out, and that's going to be number 16, Pegg, who will be stepping in. Nope, we might have a pinch hitter. Looks like number 18. Parker, no, let's see who that is. Ethan Carr will get an opportunity. With 2 outs here in the top half of the 5th. Janoski coming on in relief and minimal pitches. Gets the first foul back as had Carr swinging away. Just 5:30 here at the 5th inning, and going to have a lot of airtime for Brian over at Bailey Park. Big pregame show over there. as WMBS will be bringing you the Uniontown Red Raider game as Janoski went down sidearm. It's the first time we saw that, and that went in the dirt. So tried something different, and I think he's going to go back to the heat now. 1 ball, 2 strike count, 2 outs. Top of the 5th inning. Mustangs on top, 10-0 here at Tom Lamon Field. Bright sunlight day. Mustangs trying to get in the win column for the first time. Just inside, 2-2 now. Two-two pitch. That's in the dirt. Try to overthrow that one. Runs the count full. Two-two offering. Did he go? Yes, and that'll do it. Strike out 3 batters in the inning for Caleb Janoski. He comes on in relief, and impressive 3 strikeouts to end things here. After 4.5 innings, the Mustangs come out with their first win against the Albert Gallatin Colonials, 10-0. And we'll be back after a few words from our sponsors to tell you all about it and wrap things up here from Laurel Highlands Field and send things over to Bailey Park for Brian and Tony for that action. The Uniontown Red Raiders in action against Bell Vernon. State Farm agent Warren Yeoman, one of our fine sponsors. Game coverage is brought to you by C. Harper Auto Group. The best price every time, all the time. C. Harper Auto Group. Davis has represented people and not insurance companies since 1976. Our lawyers have experience in litigating or settling personal injury claims, medical malpractice cases, and wrongful death actions, together with domestic, real estate, workers' compensation, and municipal law experience. Throughout the decades of work, Davis & Davis has successfully represented thousands of cases in local, state, and federal courts. For more information, you can contact us at Davis & Davis, 724-437-2799. So let's take a look at the final statistics for Albert Gallatin. Unable to post any runs here with just 1 hit, and great pitching by Devin Kravosky and Caleb Janoski coming on in the 5th. The Albert Gallatin Colonials did commit a couple errors that allowed the Mustangs to play a couple extra runs, so Coach Popovich will try to keep things positive for the Albert Gallatin Colonials, try to get in the win column here later in the season and look towards some section victories. For the Mustangs of Laurel Highlands, 3 runs in the 2nd inning, 1 run in the 3rd inning, and 6 runs in the 4th inning, where they brought 11 batters to the plate. The Mustangs with just 5 hits, but the beneficiary of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 walks and 3 hit by pitch runners for the Mustangs. The Mustangs did commit 1 error, and once again the Mustangs did leave 6 men on base, bases loaded a couple times. That I'm sure Coach Yeoman will talk about that. The only real negative thing that happened today for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. So that's going to do it here from Tom Lamon Field. Gary Frankhauser and Frank Kula helping us out with this score hub. Our final, the Laurel Highlands Mustangs 10, Albert Gallatin nothing. Stay tuned for more baseball action here on WMBS, Facebook Live, and live radio coverage, 590 WMBS.